Whether you're communicating one on one, communicating with your team, or communicating with an audience, no one would ever doubt the importance of communication. That being said, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to communicate more effectively with your team. Here are 5 habits that instantly improved my team meetings. Number 1, I started doing my homework. That is to say, I stopped coming to meetings unprepared and started making sure that I was the most knowledgeable person about the agenda in the room. Now, you don't have to be the expert on everything, but you do have to know why each item is on the agenda and what you're expecting your team to do about it. It's your job to educate them. It's your job to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So do your homework. Make sure that when they ask questions, you either have the answers or you can point them in the right direction. That kind of preparedness will build your team's confidence in you. Number 2, I started making critical connections before the meetings. I used to think that the meeting started when I walked through the door. That couldn't be further from the truth. Decisions, critical decisions, are made long before anyone arrives at the meeting site, or at least they should be. I learned that I needed to make connections with key leaders, have conversations with key leaders, and make sure things got done before an agenda was ever passed out. And I would encourage you to do the same. Who needs to know what to do and how to do it? Who needs to support you? Whose vote do you need? Who has the decision making power, the real decision making power in that room? Well, these are people that you need to talk to. These are the people whose buy in you desperately need to get. Number 3, I decided to change the purpose of my agenda. I used to think that an agenda was simply an informational item that everybody needed in front of them in order to be on the same page. And yes, it is a critical piece of information, but it's so much more. It's not just there to make sure that everybody knows what we talk about next. No, it's there to make sure that everyone knows what we need to decide, what we need to know, and what we need to do. So before you add any item to your agenda, make sure that every item answers one of those 3 questions. What do we need to decide? What do we need to know? What do we need to do? And if it doesn't answer one of those 3 questions, guess what? That item should not be on your agenda because that item does not need to be a part of your meeting. See how important communication is? Number 4, I learned how to talk less and talk last. This is something interesting coming from an individual who talks about communication nonstop, but communication doesn't always involve talking. Much of communication is about listening. And you can't listen and talk at the same time. You can't listen to your team and dominate the conversation. So instead of being a dominator, why not be a facilitator? Talk less, talk last. Instead of rushing to answer every question, why not Pose questions of your own, follow-up questions designed to continue the conversation. Who sees this differently? What am I missing here? Where do we go from here? What do I need to know? You'd be surprised how your team will respond not only to you, but to each other when you learn how to talk less and talk last. And number 5, provide a summary before moving on. I used to flow through my meeting agenda uh, at breakneck speed, thinking that I was accomplishing something great because I was finishing the meeting on time. And yes, we do need boundaries. We can't stay in meetings and talk all day. We got work to do. I get it. I understand. But before you move on, have you made sure that everyone knows what was just decided? Does everyone know who's responsible for what? Does everyone know what was just discussed? And is everybody on the same page? Well, if they're not, that's your fault. You've got to make sure there's a summary before you move on to the next item. And you really need to make sure there's a summary before you move on to the next meeting. Do your homework, make the critical connections, change the purpose of your agenda, talk less and talk last. And finally, summarize each agenda item. Make sure you're on the same page and make sure everybody knows what the decision is before you move on. Do those 5 things, and you will improve your meetings immediately. All the best to you.